What's up, everybody? Armchair Quarterbacks here for another Week 6 preview. This one we've got Matakia versus this host Laps. Again, that's Shawn versus Alex. And the time of this recording currently is Wednesday night, just after 10:30 p.m. So for this week, currently Shawn has starting Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Tyler Boyd, Isaiah Pacheco, Raheem Mostert, Darren Waller, Kyron Williams, and Ramondre Stevenson. So what's your what's a little bit of your strategy coming into this week with your roster here so far?
Pretty much don't die. So, got a couple players here on my bench that are on bye week. Christian Watson, I really liked his last game.
Yeah.
So especially with the whole hammy issue, to think of how much time he was held out, he probably could have gone on IR for the first 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So he looked pretty decent, but he's on bye. I have Higgins hurt right now, so my thinking is maybe go Tyler Boyd there because there's still question marks with the Cleveland Browns and Amari Cooper.
Right.
And who's going to be throwing over there? Is it going to be Deshaun Watson or no name guy? So
yeah.
Last game, no name guy did not look good. So we'll see. Difference between Deshaun Watson and no name guy for Amari Cooper was the difference of 25 points to 2 points. So looking here at my stack with my Buffalo Bills stack, Allen and Diggs here. I actually think if they blow out New York, it's probably going to be a James Cook game. You'll probably be looking at a lot of James Cook, a lot of Latavius Murray, and maybe some Damian Harris. The two big games that I'm looking at least from my squad, so 2 games I'm excited for would be the Denver game tomorrow, because my Broncos, in historic fashion, are allowing just an ungodly amount of yardage to running backs.
Yeah.
So
I'm jealous actually with your Pacheco here. Your Pacheco start against Denver with how good he's been running. He's super fast and he's involved in the passing game too. I think he can have a pretty decent game here.
So it'll depend because Andy Reid loves to throw it.
Yeah.
Loves to throw it. So even though he knows that they could run on Denver, it'll be interesting to see, do they just go, okay, let's run and let's do that? Or do they pass instead? Because they could also do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think, like your Breece Hall, you have Zach Wilson. So if they could run, they're going to run first.
Right.
Kansas City could do both. Look over here at Miami versus Carolina. Again, if this game is a blowout, it'll probably be a lot of Mostert. Or if Jeff Wilson is in, maybe they use that time to kind of ease them in and break him in a little bit.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 main ones for me that I think are positives. The one that I'm really not concerned, but curious to see is Ramondre Stevenson in New England against Las Vegas. Because Las Vegas does the same with my Broncos. They just let a lot of running back yardage. I mean, we saw the last game with A.J. Dillon. We've seen how bad he is, and they let him run on them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that'll definitely be interesting, especially seeing Ramondre Stevenson, how inefficient he's been, and seeing Zeke kind of getting an uptick in the carries in the back there.
I mean, he has slight, but I mean, he's not even a threat at this point.
I mean, very true. He hasn't been very efficient at all.
I mean, the main concerns, if you're a New England fan, is what the heck are you doing with Bill O'Brien and that offense? The way he's been calling everything. And what do you do at quarterback with
Mac
Jones?
Yeah.
Because if you really thought that's your starter, there's no way that Bill Belichick in New England would have to come out every single week and say, he's still our starter. He's still our starter.
Bill's saying it right now.
That's I I don't know. And I don't think this is the first time we've actually heard hot seat talks about firing Bill Belichick.
True.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they do that, but I know that Bill Belichick, if he has all the control there, they're probably going to write it out and then get rid of Mac Jones in the offseason.
So really quick, going over to your Cleveland San Fran game here. I took a look on Fantasy Pros at Cleveland's quarterbacks. So they got Deshaun Watson if he sits. Behind him currently is Dorian Thompson Robinson and PJ Walker. So not very great choices there.
No names.
Yep. All right, so let's go over to Alex's team here. Currently, he's got starting Jared Goff, Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyle Pitts, Kenny Gainwell, and Alvin Kamara. What do you think Alex's team should be doing here?
Pretty solid team. I know off the air we talked about Sam Laporta versus Kyle Pitts, and I saw him switch that out. Kyle Pitts has been getting a little uptick on targets there, getting a lot of those on the outside passes.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if that continues, because if Desmond Ridder starts to gain confidence, if he starts to look better, I think it's actually Kyle Pitts that gets a lot of the the golden targets and all that. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Drake London. So we'll see if Kyle Pitts continues to build upon that. It's interesting because we were actually saying that he looked borderline droppable, several weeks ago. And if Alex is able to hold him and Kyle Pitts turns things around or ends up being something big, now you have a trade piece with either him or Sam Laporta. So interesting thing there. The Detroit versus Tampa Bay game looks pretty interesting. Believe it was 43 or 45 points over under, so not a lot. But I have a feeling like, just when we've seen Tampa Bay in the past with their propensity to throw there, and then same thing with Jared Goff with Detroit. I know Monty has been looking good, but if you get Amon-Ra St. Brown back and you have Sam Laporta and you have Josh Reynolds healthy, that's pretty good passing attack. So that one looks like a pretty decent game that I'd be interested to see.
And I've seen a lot of Detroit's games, because obviously I have the Amon-Ra share. So when I'm concentrating on that game, a lot of the plays that I'm seeing, anything outside of the red zone, it's mostly throwing. They'll sprinkle in some running game here and there just to keep the defense honest. And then once they get into the red zone, they start throwing in Monty a lot more, because he's the power back and he's the one that's going to power them down through to the end zone. So I think, and Sam Laporta too, he's a big body. Jared Goff has looked for him in the end zone as well. So I think, I was just going to say, I think playing Sam Laporta, you might have more upside with the touchdown.
They're just a well-balanced team. And I just realized this now because Anthony Richardson is on IR. And from the sounds of it, he's going to be out longer than just the 4 games for IR.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if they just rest him for the whole season at that point.
Yeah, I saw that they're looking at, I think he's trying to get a second opinion to see if he might need surgery on the shoulder or not.
So, I mean, it's interesting that now you have this Jared Goff right here.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta on his bench. It's just funny to see that there's this Detroit consolidation here.
Yeah, I've just seen that now too. Yeah. Wow.
So I think Tyreek Hill, just going over really quick, Tyreek Hill, I think this game goes up pretty fast. It's a blowout and it's all rushing, so we might not need much from Tyreek Hill here. The one that I'm interested to see right now with Baltimore's defense is Derrick Henry in the London game. So we got another London game where we're going to be waking up at 6:00. I have no idea why I mean, you would think they would just have this on with Red Zone, but what they want the separate ratings. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't even know how that works out because 6:30, how many people are actually,
Waking up to watch
half
the game.
half the country is still asleep. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, really quick, just a quick reminder. Take a look at your rosters, your starting rosters. Make sure you get your early game players like Alvin Kamara here, starting at 10 a.m. Switch them out with the later games like Jameer Gibbs here with the 1:25 p.m. game. Just in case you need to switch out, your player doesn't play so well. You need some upside. You need something to cover up. That'll help you out there. And also, one last thing, Alex, if you really want to go all in on Detroit there, could you, I'm on Raw for Tyreek Hill, maybe. Hit me up, let me know. All right, but that's your week 6 preview here. Good luck to you both. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.